On this video, I'm going to show you how we generate hundreds of YouTube thumbnails using AI, but not only AI, but I'm going to walk you through the process of how we do that to make it highly efficient, get high click-through rates, and make sure that it still looks realistic and it's on point. So I run a media agency, and one of the services that we offer is YouTube management. And one of those functions is graphic design, which is designing the thumbnails for those videos. So on today's video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process of what we do from start to finish on creation of the thumbnail. Now, here's the thing that I want to make very clear. We're not 100% relying on AI to do it. I'm not taking the transcript of the video, throwing it into ChatGPT and say, design a thumbnail, and then we take whatever it gives us. That's not the way that we want to do this. We still want to make sure there's a little bit of investment into the thought process of it. So it's important for us to have a couple of prompts queued up in order to make sure we get the best thumbnail that we possibly can, but also make sure it's what we want and it's serving the purpose that we're, kind of creating it for in the first place. First things first, let's just take, for example, you have a video ready to go. It's already been edited, it's produced, it's ready to get published. Now you're ready for the thumbnail. Now, I'm going to say this. In other people's content and other people that teach how to do YouTube and that sort of thing, they say sometimes create for the ideation phase, create the thumbnail first, the titling first, the script first, then do the video. I'm not going to argue with that. There's some people that do that and it works well for them, but there are other people that we work with, and I know other people that, they'll shoot the video first, then do everything afterwards. So whether you have an argument on that or not, that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to show you how we generate the thumbnails for it from AI. So I just want to make sure that we were clear on that going into this. Now, without further ado, first things first is let's pretend you have the video ready to go. You're going to get it transcribed, whether you throw it into rev.com or any other platform. We transcribe all our videos through Adobe Premiere, which obviously all of our editors have paid subscriptions for, so we're able to transcribe literally everything. So we get the transcription. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take it, and my favorite platform is ChatGPT. So we're going to throw it into ChatGPT, have it kind of analyze every bit of what that video is, get context around it and that sort of thing. And we're going to ask it to create 4 or 5 concepts of what would make a good thumbnail. Now, we do have some prompts typically ready to go based on, sometimes we have clients that they have specifics that they like. Maybe they don't like the way that they look, so they want somebody else in it. Or maybe they really like the way they look and they're like, I want a close-up shot and that sort of thing. So we factor those things in. Maybe they have brand colors. Maybe they want to stick to blues. Maybe they only want white text. Maybe they don't want any, background images and stuff like that. We throw all of those cues into the prompt as well. And so when ChatGPT is creating these concepts, it factors those things in as well. So any feedback that we have like that, we give it. If you have any specifics on your end that you really want, then make sure you include that in there. Give a little bit of thought to that. And then that's always something you can copy and paste for any other future thumbnails that you do for your videos. One of the most important things that we want to make sure of is the text on the thumbnail. Typically, when you're designing a thumbnail, there's going to be 3 key elements. It's going to be the text, the foreground, and the background. Foreground is typically going to be, normally it's a big face that is kind of like centered on or right or left of the screen like that. And it's like in your face or somebody's doing a pose or whatever. And then the background is going to be just kind of filler and something that kind of helps illustrate what the thumbnail and the video is about. So when it comes down to the text portion of it, we are asking ChatGPT as well to give us some good hooks that complement the video, not necessarily the title, because we don't want the title of the video to be on the thumbnail. The thumbnail text should complement the title itself and obviously the video itself. So we're going to ask it to give us some really good hooks that we can use text-wise on the actual video itself. So that's another important prompt to include into that generation of the concepts. Now, after we have all of that queued up and it's ready to go, we're going to add that into ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to then give us 4 or 5 concepts of what good thumbnails would make up from that. Now, what we're going to do is kind of analyze all those and decide like, okay, cool. I like 1. I like the text that I gave on 1, but I like the concept of the imagery on 4. Combine 1 and 4. Now you're just going to go through, pick which one you want and decide what works best for you. This is probably the phase where I'm not going to spend a lot of time on because it really just depends on what prompts it gives you and what key concepts it gives you for the thumbnails. After that, what I really like to do, and this is just this is a step that like just for visualization's sake as a creative myself, I really just want to see it on paper. I want to like actually have it, not for the sake of like, okay, we're going to take this and now we're using it, but just for the sake of me being able to see it so we can piece everything together. I will then say, okay, now that we have the prompt ready to go, or the concept ready to go, this is the exact concept we want, please design a thumbnail that illustrates this concept. And then what it's going to do is it's going to do its best rendition of creating that concept for you. Now, once it spits that image out, I can look at it and say, got it, that makes sense. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And we've worked through this with clients before where maybe they're a little bit more hands-on and picky about what, goes on their thumbnail. We'll send them the concepts. They can tell us yes or no on these, and then we do this step. And this really does help with illustrating the visualization of the thumbnail. Because sometimes just going text to trying to start designing it doesn't work really well for a lot of graphic designers, because graphic designers are typically organized in the brain. And so being able to visualize it and see it on paper, that does help with the process of now piecing it together. So now after that, we're going to take that visualization and start piecing it together, whether you're using Photoshop, Illustrator, or whatever it is, Canva. Now we're going to open that up and start designing the thumbnail itself. So we're going to, if it told you to put a person in the middle and the face up of them, kind of holding their head like this, then you're going to put that image in there. If it gave you an idea of, like, for example, we did one recently of a self-storage investor that lives in Miami but invests in Montana, but they never want to visit Montana because they like the warm weather. It told us to give an image of Miami in the background on this side, and then it's split 50-50. The other side is a storage investment unit that's covered in snow on the right side. And then he's in the middle, like happy doing this and that sort of thing. And then maybe we have an arrow that points over. It all illustrated that in the concept. Now we got to piece it together. So maybe I need to go search for an image on Google, or we use Envato for royalty-free assets like images and stuff like that. So you could use that. I will sometimes have ChatGPT design me exactly what I'm looking for. So if I can't find a storage facility that's covered in snow with blue doors, I might tell ChatGPT, make a realistic image of this. And then I'll illustrate exactly what I need and give me an image for this so I can use that. And then I take it and use it in the actual thumbnail itself. Now, here's the thing. You don't want to overload the imagery inside of AI on the actual thumbnail that it produces. Sometimes I'll see people put out images, thumbnails, and the person that's on there has a sixth finger, or maybe they have maybe their nose is smudged too far to the left or something like that, and it looks weird. AI has come a long way, but it's not 100% there yet. By the time you're watching this video, maybe it's 6 months from now, that might change. But for right now, don't rely on AI to do 100% of the workload. I actually just did a video on branding, and it's important to make sure your face, if you are using your face as the brand, make sure that that does make it on there and it's a genuine image, or else that could throw people off as well if it doesn't look like you, obviously. So then from here, we're just analyzing and using ChatGPT as needed. So if I need an arrow that looks like a phone cord, then I might say, ChatGPT, give me a graphic that is an arrow that looks like a phone cord, make it realistic, and format it 1920 by 1080. And then it's going to spit that out. I'm going to use that asset there. Or I'm going to be dipping into Envato or some other places that I can get royalty-free graphics and stuff like that, piecing it all together. Then from there, we have the thumbnail and it's ready to go. So ultimately, that is the process of how we use AI. Now, there might be people out there that use it differently. I'm certain somebody's watching this video right now and they're going to comment like, that sounds stupid. Let me show you how I do it. That's totally cool. I'm just telling you how we do it with hundreds of thumbnails on a weekly basis. And time up, time down typically takes anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes for us to complete this process. Obviously, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. You're going to streamline it. It's going to be a lot more efficient, and then you're going to be able to kind of get through it faster. So it's not like it takes us forever to go through all of these. We have all the prompts copy and pasted and everything and that sort of thing. So works well. So that being said, if you do have any opinions or anything to add, subtract, or maybe you have a whole different process, feel free to comment below and let me know. Everybody uses AI differently, and that's always interesting for me to see how people use it. So leave a comment below. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do if you enjoyed this video, and give it a like. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next one. See ya.